This is the Kuiu Peloton 97, and it has led me to the weirdest review I've ever done. Hey, I'm Mike, the owner of ArcheryHunting.com and the Everyday Bow Hunter. The Peloton 97 from Kuiu is a real different piece, and I never would have even thought of reviewing this, but I got it as a gift for Christmas from my mom 2 years ago. And this past season, I was having trouble with items that I was testing not wicking sweat away or just making me cold or whatever. And I said, darn it, I was looking through my pack the one day, and at the very bottom of my bag was this. And I said, that's right. I don't own any other Kuiu items. This is the only one I have right now, and I'm hoping to get more in the future. But I was like, let me throw this on and see how this works out. What ended up happening is I ended up wearing it half the season because every time I wore it, it just amplified everything. And if you talk about like Sitka has the ambient hoodie, and it has that low bulk Primaloft insulation in there, and it's really kind of warm and fluffy and light. And this kind of is an item like that, not comparable to that, but like that because it kind of is an amplifier. It's not by itself. It doesn't seem like much. This is 4.6 ounces, I believe. There's nothing to this. You said that Sitka ambient hoodie is also very lightweight, nothing to it, but this literally feels like almost nothing. You say to yourself, they advertise this as a mid layer. How is this going to keep me warm? Why would I even think about buying something like this? Well, one of the things that kind of intrigued me right after I wore it through a weekend, and I said to myself, wow, that really worked great. I need to look into this a little bit more. So I kind of started searching the internet to see if anybody else kind of liked it as much as I do. And what ended up happening was I found that a lot of hikers were using like the solid colored versions of this, as they're hiking and they're getting chilled in their upper elevations of mountains and stuff. They're throwing the Peloton 97 on as that warming layer to keep them warm as they're hiking. And I was like, really? Well, fast forward to the weeks following this, I ended up really wearing the heck out of this, and it really is, when you talk about warmth to weight ratio, this little light shirt is going to really amplify your warmth. And it has this Kuiu fleece layer underneath that's very soft against the skin. You can wear it directly against your skin, and I think it wicked very well. It wicked very well, gets that moisture off you and still keeps you warm. And then you can also use it if you do have a wicking layer on, and you put this on over top of it. It's going to keep that warmth in there. After that sweat wicks away, it's going to be that second layer that continues to wick that water away from your body and keep you warm. And it really did. So I had an example. So I was out putting on drives in rifle season, very last day of rifle season, and my brother had tried this on, and he actually said to me, you're going to wear that out putting drives on, you're going to be hot. And I'm like, I still didn't give it the credit that was due to this. And so I'm putting on the last drive of the day. I just sat. All the other times I didn't have to walk very far. I just sat in the drives. But this time I'm putting a drive on, and I stripped everything off. I had this, and I had Ozio Core Warmth vest on, and that was it. Well, I burned up in this. I sweated my butt off in this when I'm hiking through and trying to push on the drive and really, make a lot of noise and stuff. I really sweated. But luckily it did wick away. By the end of the drive, by the time that I had gotten back to camp and we were standing outside, talking and stuff, I had dried off and everything was good. And I was standing there just in this shirt, and it was about 33 degrees out, and didn't care. Now let me show you how this thing fits. So you can see here, there's nothing to this. I barely feel this on me. It's got the half zip so you can vent out when you walk in, for example, your hikes, and then zip up and get warm as you dry out. But it is just nothing to it. This is a large. I'm 5'8", 185 pounds. This is how large fits on me. Fits very well. If you don't feel this thing at all, this is the Kuiu Verde camo, if you're wondering what camo it is. And it is just a fantastic shirt. I don't think I have anything bad to say about it. I think the only thing I wish, and I was at the Great American Outdoor Show this past week, and I got my hands on the hoodie version of this, and I kind of wish I got the hoodie version that actually has that kangaroo pocket with it and stuff, which I think could be a fantastic addition to my kit. And now that I've got my hands on it, I'm anxious to try out more Kuiu gear and see what they have to offer, because this piece right here, if I can recommend anything to you, if you're wearing Kuiu gear and you're looking to buy stuff to kind of amplify your warmth and low bulk, I mean, there's no bulk to this. It's so light, there's nothing to it. And that's it. So 100% highly recommend the Kuiu Peloton 97 having your bag. And actually, if you're going out scouting and stuff too, get the solid color ones. Take them with you. I'm definitely getting more. I think it's an awesome piece of kit and something that everybody should have. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Look at the description for links to this item so you can get there quick and check it out. And I will see you next time.